Christmas at Hagley. Through December 31st is a festive time at Hagley and the first DuPont family home in America, Eleutherian Mills. The home is transformed for the holiday season with handmade decorations of greens, berries, and other natural adornments. This cranberry tree is typical of 19th century decorations and is also easy to make for home decorating. The staircase in the home is the centerpiece of the front hallway and is graced with boughs of evergreen. The dining room, set for a 12th night celebration, recalls another season's festive days. Traditionally, a 12th night cake was baked with a token or bean hidden in the batter. The lucky recipient was crowned king. In the parlor, a Christmas tree is decorated with many handmade and 19th century adornments. Notice the children's gifts under the tree. Many natural Christmas critters adorn the branches. Upstairs in the library, decorated with many furnishings brought back from Admiral Samuel DuPont's trips to the Orient, intricate mantel decorations are found. Similar decorations can be adapted for a holiday tree. In the daughter's bedroom, greens grace the fireplace mantel, and in the window boxes, angels dance around the base of a frosted boxwood tree. At dusk, the first DuPont family home glows in the soft light of candles as the staff gets ready for the candlelight tours. The doorway to the home is a welcome invitation to visitors, with an apple fan decoration, which can be adapted for home use. However, watch the squirrels because they love the fresh fruit. During the candlelight tours, the terrace room takes on a magical glow as the fire in the fireplace and candles illuminate the room. The tree in the parlor looks like it is awaiting an early morning visit from anxious children, while the morning room welcomes visitors with its country antiques and warm fire in the fireplace. The dining room becomes the focal point of the candlelight tours as guests imagine the excited faces of the lucky children who are invited to the 12th night festivities in the 19th century. Visitors to Hagley on a candlelight tour will themselves enjoy the refreshments served in the first office, next door to the home. Reservations are required for evening tours. At last, but not least, is Don Pedro, a ram brought to the Brandywine by E.I. DuPont for its fine wool. In the Henry Clay Mill, where visitors purchase their tickets, a tree will be decorated with the Don Pedro motif. A bit unusual, but definitely 19th century Brandywine.
As you just saw in our visual tour of Hagley Museum, there have been a lot of additions to this year's holiday display. Jill MacKenzie, Public Relations Coordinator, is here to tell us all about it. Jill, welcome back to Focus Delaware.
Thank you, Bob.
Jill, as part of your additions to your Christmas display, we just saw a curious ram named Don Pedro. How did this funny little ram get to be part of the Christmas display at Hagley?
Well, Don Pedro was a ram brought over in the early 19th century by E.I. DuPont, which sparked off merino mania in Wilmington. The Brandywine is steeped in the textile tradition, so we're bringing that back to Hagley, and in the Henry Clay Mill, which used to be the main exhibit building, as a lot of people know it, we're going to be decorating a tree with the little ram. And I've brought one for you today, so you can bring it home to your family and share with us.
Why, thank you very much. Our little Don Pedro, our little ram, and of course this brings us back to the textile tradition.
Yes, very much.
Very nice. Thank you. We'll use that.
Yes.
Now, Jill, Hagley's a 230-acre property. How do you go about it? It must be quite a challenge to decorate that large a property.
It really is, and our staff and volunteers work very hard to produce the quality decorations that we have. In addition to the Henry Clay Mill decorations, midway through the property is Blacksmith Hill, where the workers lived.
Yes.
And decorated for the holidays on weekends, Blacksmith Hill will be open and will be serving our guests tea and cookies.
That's very nice. But don't you also have these candlelight tours, too?
Well, the candlelight tours center on what we consider to be the real focus of Christmas at Hagley, and that is the first DuPont family home,
yes,
called Eleutherian Mills. Daytime visits are also a lot of fun. Visitors to the residence will tour the many rooms and see how Christmas was celebrated in the 19th century, but also get a lot of ideas for at-home decorating. All of the decorations that we make there are made out of materials that we would find in the woods. So people can go out into their own backyard and find some things that they can adapt for their home decorations.
That's great. So we'll get some great ideas when we visit.
Yes, definitely.
Where can the viewers call to get more information?
They can call Hagley during the weekday from 9:30 to 4:30 at 658-2400. And I just want to emphasize for the candlelight tours, which are on December 17th, 19th, 26th, and 30th, that they do want to call ahead for reservations. But daytime visits, they can just come on out.
And how long do the daytime visits continue, until next year?
Well, we're until December 31st.
Okay. Well, that's great. Well, I hope all our viewers take opportunity to go visit Hagley Museum, as well as the many other museums that we've seen during the last 2 weeks. Thank you, Joe MacKenzie, for coming on Focus.
Thank